Can I have a tiny bit of veg oil, please? Veg oil. Veg oil, yeah, tiny bit. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunday Sessions. Now, the light's a bit shitty. We're trying to beat the light, right? So we're gonna go with a quick, fast recipe, and today we're making steak avec peppercorn sauce, yeah? From France. You don't even get this one France. This one you get in France, right? So, I was just thinking, we've done a steak before, but we grilled it, so we're gonna pan fry a steak. And then you often get like free sauces in a steak restaurant. It's like béarnaise, hollandaise, and peppercorn, right? Yeah? So let's go peppercorn. It's a fucking piece of piss. You're building all the flavour in your pan. It's a one-pan job. I've got my mum behind the scenes making us some chips, and I'm just going to show you how to cook a steak and make a peppercorn sauce. So, first things first. Pan needs to be hot, right? Thank you, my trusty assistant with my veg oil that I forgot. Pan's on a high heat, yeah? Here, we've got ourselves a beautiful ribeye. It's got some great marbling in the cap. Highest fat content in the steaks. Beautiful. This is actually USDA approved. This is from America, this steak. Sent to me by an American meat company. So thank you and hello to my American peoples. How y'all doing? I've got better American accents than that. That was fucking embarrassing. Just gonna season my steak with a little bit of salt. Just a little touch of salt. Yeah? I say a little. We want full coverage on our steak, right? Heavily. Oh, y'all motherfuckers from England? Leicester Square? Yeah, so we're just gonna cover the fucker in salt, right? Now, pan hot. I'm going neutral oil. I'm going veg oil in this pan, yeah? Veg oil's got a higher smoking point. It stays hotter for longer, and we want something that's gonna crisp and go like fucking delicious, right? So, before I put my steak in my pan, I'm just gonna do a few prep jobs. Just gonna make our lives easier. I'm just gonna dice up. I've got 2 shallots here. I wanna go pretty thin. As many little slits as you can get down the middle. And then we're gonna run our knives along and do a nice fine dice. Now the reason we're using shallots, right, is shallots cook quicker. They've got a higher sugar content. They're basically a posh man's onion. I wouldn't use an onion for this recipe because I find that shallots go really sweet and delicious and give you that depth in a sauce that we're pretty much making à la minute, which is chef term for there and then, yeah? There and then, big R1, I'll be there in 10. Where and when, big P money tube. Melting tin foil smells like crack, bro. Right, so, shallots diced. I'm gonna crush up some fresh peppercorns, right? So, normally in restaurants you'd use green peppercorns. I couldn't find any, so we're just gonna go black for now. Gonna go with some nice peppercorns. These are from India, Tella cherry. And a good crack. So you can smell, there's almost like a fruitiness to a black pepper. I want some bite of peppercorn. Peppercorns are done. My frying pan is steaming hot. My steak has been out of the fridge for an hour and is at room temperature. In it goes. We want a very hot pan for this, yeah? If anything catches fire, you're in charge. Like, run and get the hose, yeah? Jump over the ladder, run and get the hose, don't kill the dog. I've created a good bark on my steak, yeah? Like a dog, got a good bark, yeah? I'm gonna turn her over. And that was probably about 90 seconds. Then, that's my fags. Bitch, man, absolute bitch. Probably about 90 seconds on one side. Gonna do the same on the other. And every so often, I'm just gonna let the oil, every so often I'm gonna just lift the steak up and render the cap a little. I don't want any raw fat on my steak, right? So I'm cooking the steak first, right? To create all the flavor in the pan that's gonna flavor our peppercorn sauce. If you did it in a separate pan, you wouldn't get the same depth. There's a meatiness that's like bleeding into our oil that we want to carry through our peppercorn sauce, right? So look, that's been another 90 seconds. Got a nice crust. We're starting to char a bit. I don't want any char. Rest. I've got all this oil in the bottom of the pan. I'm gonna get rid of some of it. I want some, but it's a little bit too much. It's gonna make our peppercorn sauce split, right? Right, so oil's gone. We've got like a little tablespoon of oil left in here, right? Into this pan, I'm gonna go our shallots. Just gonna add that bunch of thyme. I just want the aromats to run through our shallots, right? So I want a little like hint of herb in the background, yeah? Now, here, we're gonna hit it with a big boy liquor, the Henny, yeah? One for the pan, one for the Hass, you get me? Shout out Typhon. So, if you're from South London, you can use E&J, because that's what you man drink. But here in North London, we drink Henny, innit? Cavassier, all that other stuff's good as well. Careful. Right, we're gonna allow the pan to flambe. Am I meant now? What are you talking about? This is the part where you're like, yeah, man knows what I'm doing. So we've cooked off all the alcohol, yeah? There's no more flame in our pan. At this point in a traditional peppercorn sauce, we'd add green peppercorns that were in brine. I couldn't find any, so we're not doing that. Now, alcohol's in and cooked off. I'm gonna go in with some chicken stock and I'm gonna deglaze my pan, right? Now what the chicken stock's doing is picking up all the flavor that's left in our pan, but then we're gonna reduce it into like a syrupy jus almost, that we're then gonna cut back with some fresh cream. The South London man, I'd be vexed that I said that you don't drink at E&J. That man only got £15 for liquor. Now, I'm just gonna try and pick out as much thyme as I can. If there's some left over, it's fine, but I just don't want the thyme in the end dish. It was just there for flavour, right? That'll do. The last bits I can't get rid of without losing shallots. So, our chicken stock went in quite loose, right? And now if you look at it, it's slowly starting to thicken, yeah? At this point, we want to go in big handful, 2 big handfuls of black peppercorns, freshly cracked. And this is gonna season our chicken stock, right? So as our chicken stock slowly comes down, it's gonna have that pepperiness to it. It wouldn't be a peppercorn sauce without a hit of pepper, yeah? Also gonna go a bit from this. I wanna cook this down until we're practically left with fuck all. So look, there's a little liquid left in there, right? There's a little bit of moisture. But we're like at a sludgy territory. We've reduced all of our flavour down. We've almost like compressed the flavour from going to liquid to jus. Now, we're gonna go in. Couple tablespoons of some really nice cream, yeah? Proper cream. And we're looking for like that autumnal brown colour. Just gonna give it a taste, see if there's enough peppercorn in it. Just gonna add a few more peppercorns. Pepper. Give it a swirl, a little swish. Gonna add in a big knob of butter. This is gonna make it thick and luxurious. And just where it's come down too much, I'm just gonna add a little bit more chicken stock, right? And we're just gonna swirl this about. And it's gonna go from watery to like delicious, silky. See how it's changing? The way it's moving, it's starting to thicken, slowly coming together. It's eating that first load of butter. I'm gonna give it a tiny bit more butter. And I'm just gonna kill the heat now. Let the residual heat cook that butter off. Oh, it's peppery. So, residual heat, butter's in. It's fucking peppery. We're gonna go in with a little sprinkle of salt. We need to make sure that it's seasoned. And I'm just gonna go a little splash of double cream again, yeah? And just let that come down. Delicious. Now, steak has rested, nice and bouncy, good medium rare, nice colour. Delicious. These bits of resting juices are just going to give our sauce that little bit extra. Yeah? Wipe this plate clean. And we're going to carve up our steak. Look, we've got a beautiful blushing medium rare. I'm just going to pick this steak up, stick it on our plate. My mum's kindly made us some chips, yeah? There's a whole chip in it. Season. Nice little mix up. I want to go peppercorn sauce on the steak first. Never been to France, never eaten in a bistro. I'm pretty sure this is what bistro cooking is. Yeah? Bonjour, je m'appelle Hassan. Je voudrais steak and peppercorn sauce avec pommes frites. My brother, you get me? So that's it, steak and peppercorn sauce. Pretty easy. One for the man them. Yum. Steak. French people, they put salt in their food. Start saying the Spanish, they put salt in their food. Everything in Spain's got like fucking... Right. Bistro food, bro. Bistro. Steak. Peppercorns. Pommes frites. Deliciousness. Salty steak. Meaty. You've got like a full-bodied peppercorn sauce. Heavy with double cream, rich with butter. Another winter classic. Mum's come out with another plate of chips. Life's good. I've had 3 shots of Henny. I'm no longer cold. This is going in my mouth. Oh, mademoiselle. Oh, mon ami. Oh, mons too. All the Del Boy words for this one. The peppercorn sauce is peppercorny. It's peppery. There's like a level of heat, but it's not like an intense in-your-face smash. It's like a slow creeping build-up. A hug from the inside. C'est magnifique. What French words do you know?
Bonjour.
What?
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Come better than that. I thought you were going to say at least like Patrick Vieira or something, bruv. Describe it, Ty.
Describe it.
Yeah. What do you think of the steak? The steak's from America.
Steak's perfect. Not too peppery, even though it's peppercorn.
Yeah, sometimes it can be mad overpowering, isn't it?
Sometimes you get pepper and it like burns your lips if you can't handle that much spice. But for me, yeah, perfect. Some more?
Another banger. Yeah, go on. Thanks for watching. I'm going to sit and eat this with a man then.
Merci d'avoir regardé.
Merci d'avoir regardé my YouTube channel. Yeah? Thank you. Bonsoir. Arrivederci. Bon voyage. Nice.
Total eclipse.